Join me as I look into the secrets of the Lotus Elan and uncover what really makes this classic car tick. The Lotus Elan is a name that resonates deeply with car enthusiasts around the world. Launched in 1972 and produced right up until 1975, this sleek two-seat sports car quickly gained a reputation for its agile handling and impressive performance. Its significance in automotive history is undeniable, with many considering it a pioneer in the lightweight sports car segment. Even today, the Lotus Elan remains a sought-after classic, cherished by collectors and driving enthusiasts alike for its unique blend of style, speed, and driving purity. Its origins come from lessons learned the hard way by Lotus founder Colin Chapman with the Elite coupe that the Elan was intended to replace. The Elite had a revolutionary GRP monocoque construction that made it extremely light, stiff, and very competitive in racing. However, it was also complex, labour-intensive to produce, and therefore costly. Lotus needed a car that embodied the best aspects of the Elite, but far easier and cheaper to build, and the result was the Elan. The core of the car was an extremely clever folded and welded steel backbone chassis, onto which all the mechanical components could be mounted prior to the body being attached. The body itself was a semi-monocoque design, learning from the full monocoque Elite, but being designed from the outset to be far easier to work on and assemble. This backbone chassis concept was so successful that it formed the basis of every Lotus product right up to the Elise in the 1990s. The Lotus Elan's lightweight design was a game changer for its time, and it remains one of the car's most compelling features today. With a curb weight of just over 700 kilograms, the Elan is incredibly agile and responsive, making it a joy to drive on twisty roads. The combination of extremely lightweight and a stiff chassis and body combination meant that the Lotus could continue their class-leading suspension setup originally pioneered for the Elite. Chapman and his team realised that the best way to increase grip on the road is to have a relatively supple suspension to keep the tyres in contact with the surface even on badly kept sections of tarmac. This flew in the face of perceived wisdom born of racing for very stiff suspension setups. That's all well and good on smooth racetracks, but not so realistic on the highway. The lightweight made this difficult because the conventional car spring rates would make the car's ride stiff and uncompromising. The solution Lotus came to, and continue to perfect to this day, was to use softer springs with stiff dampers. This made the reputation of Lotus road cars for generations to follow. The steering feel was also a Lotus speciality, and by clever use of off-the-shelf componentry, a Lotus Elan has legendary feedback to its driver. The steering rack itself was the very highly regarded Triumph rack and pinion setup from the Herald, Vitesse and Spitfire. So highly regarded, it was also used in Formula One cars at the time. Throughout the car, examples like this combine to make the whole ensemble work like a well-engineered Swiss watch. The Elan's Lotus twin-cam engine is another highlight, offering a potent blend of power and efficiency. This engine, which was developed in conjunction with Cosworth, uses the block of a Ford family saloon with the Lotus twin-cam head. It delivers a healthy dose of torque and horsepower, making the Elan Sprint in particular a serious performer on the road. Its reputation as a handling car was also aided by its perfectly balanced chassis and near perfect weight distribution. One of the things that really sets the Lotus Elan apart, though, is its driving experience. With its low slung driving position, perfectly weighted steering, and instinctive gear shift, the Elan puts the driver at the absolute heart of the action. Whether you're cruising through the countryside or pushing hard on a mountain road, the Elan is a car that always leaves you grinning. The Elan's build quality and attention to detail also deserves a mention. Despite its relatively affordable price at launch, the Elan feels like a precision-built machine with an evident attention to detail that is hard to find in many modern cars. One of the biggest misconceptions about the Lotus Elan is that it's unreliable and difficult to maintain. While it's true that early models had their share of issues, many of these problems have been well documented and addressed by the Lotus community over the years. In fact, with the right care and attention, many Lotus Elan owners have found that their cars can be remarkably robust and enjoyable to own. Of course, as with any classic car, there are certain challenges to be aware of, but for many enthusiasts, these are all part of the ownership experience. Another challenge that potential buyers face is the fear of costly repairs. It's true that some parts can be hard to come by, and specialist knowledge may be required for certain tasks. However, many components like the Triumph steering rack are being remanufactured and can be sourced. Replacement chassis from specialists in the UK, like Spider Engineering, and body panels are also available, making restoration easier than steel bodied classics. However, the Lotus Elan also has a thriving community of owners and enthusiasts who are more than happy to share their expertise and help newcomers get started. With the right approach, owning a Lotus Elan can be a deeply rewarding experience that offers a high level of driving excitement and connection with the road that's hard to find elsewhere. Some people might be put off by the Elan's relatively high maintenance costs compared with more modern cars, but when you consider the car's performance, handling, and sheer driving enjoyment, many owners feel that these costs are a small price to pay. Plus, with a little bit of planning and research, it's possible to keep costs well under control and still enjoy all that the Elan has to offer. So, what really makes the Lotus Elan special today? Well, for many owners, it's the sense of a connection with an era of rich history and heritage. Whether it's a recent restoration success story or a thrilling driving experience shared by an owner, there are countless reasons why the Elan continues to captivate and inspire. For some, it's the car's rarity and exclusivity that make it so compelling. With only a certain number of Elans produced during its production run, each car is a unique piece of automotive history, and owning one is a privilege that few people can claim. The Lotus Elan's enduring popularity is also down to its versatility. Whether you're a seasoned collector or just starting out, there's an Elan to suit every taste and budget. From the early models to later variants, there's a wealth of choice for anyone looking to join the Elan community. With so many owners and restorers sharing their projects online and at car shows, it's never been easier to see what can be achieved with a little bit of love and care. In summary, The Lotus Elan is a true classic that deserves its place in the Automotive Hall of Fame. With its stunning design, agile handling, and rich history, it's a car that will always have a special place in the hearts of driving enthusiasts. So, what do you think? Do you have a favourite Lotus Elan model or memory? Let me know in the comments below. And if you're interested in learning more about classic cars or automotive legends, be sure to check out my other videos. And don't forget to subscribe for more content. Thank you for watching and look forward to seeing you in the next one.